Hello and welcome to another Raggy's beer review. So tonight it's got a beer that, has gained, has got quite the backstory to it. Kelham Island Brewery, sadly it closed and all the bits were sold off. But Thornbridge, I think there was somebody else involved, brought back the brewery name. These days it is brewed over at Thornbridge. I think let's look at the world of breweries. As much as we love a brewery, there are breweries that are doing bloody well, and there are breweries that are sadly struggling. Thornbridge is a brewery that's doing really well, and through what their processes are, their way they do business, and that their social media, their social media is probably the best out of all the social media brands out there on any brewery. There's literally not one single brewery who can put their nose anywhere near Thornbridge. And even when I was doing the Thornbridge Advent calendar, which is 90 quid this year, Thornbridge, although you can get it earlier with a code for 77. And if you're they're subscribers, monthly subscribers, you can actually get it for 72. I think 72 is what I paid literally 2 years ago. So prices, but there's 2 barrel-aged beers in that, and I'm so tempted. I need to buy an advent calendar for Christmas, but a massive but. I was going to go down the Brewdog route. Sadly, I've looked at what they've got in their advent calendar and it is absolutely pants. And I don't fancy reviewing 24 days of wishy-washy beers. So we'll see how that goes. Anyway, back to Kelham Island Brewery. I visited for the first time ever the House of Beers in Ashbourne, Derbyshire. So Thornbridge is in Derbyshire at Bakewell. I picked this up from Ashbourne, and I seen it on the shelves and I thought, I've got to have that. And I picked, it was the last one. So I made sure I got it off the shelf before somebody else came in. So it says here, Pale Rider, 5.2%, modern pale ale, lovely vibrant artwork on that. Here it says, floral hops, citrus fruits, flavours and biscuity malt make Pale Rider one of the UK's most loved pale ales. Our beers are bottle conditioned using live yeast so that you get the freshest beer possible. See, I've had this in a pub twice, but to have it in the beer room, in the Raggy's beer room, and I'm so pleased that it's come back. Obviously, the actual original brewery have gone, and there's nothing you can do about that. Malty aroma there, a bit of a kick in the aroma there, I must admit. I mean, a lot of people know a lot more about this beer than me, so I only know what I know. It is what it is. I don't read up on things to be in essence, I don't do fake. And, what I know is what I know. And that's the bottom line. Because Raggy said so. Anyway, yeah, take the notice of that. Too much wrestling background. So it's a straw colour pour with good carbonation on this, with a 1 finger head, a white head, as you can see. But for those who are blind or sometimes there are people who listen to YouTube and maybe to beer reviews, and they are not. They have poor visibility or they are blind. So to actually say what you see, say what there is, say what you see, say what you see, get what you smell, helps people we must always remember this, that not everybody is fully fit and got all their faculties, you know. So, there's a hell of a lot of people, and you can imagine that it's a tough world for those people. My mum, she lost an eye. I'll never understand. I think it was at a Forest game. Someone bottled her, lost her eye. So her party trick was to get a glass eye out and put it on the table and say to people, I'm keeping my eye on you. And it would freak the hell out of people, because obviously someone's just took their eye out and looking at you. And but she took, that was her party piece. It was you could see the look of absolute horror in people's faces. Always funny, mind, but there you go. So very much, I've got to say, near for a lager malt nose on this. Very light malt nose, shall we say. Hints of citrus. The best reviews for me are the reviews where nobody's got any, and you'll never, ever see paperwork or notes, because I don't do that. You will only see me doing something if I'm looking up a brewery and reading off information. You won't see any of that other stuff. Tastes very different to the cask. Cask is king, I've had this on cask, and it is absolutely sublime. I've had it in two places. I've had it in the Crown in Beeston, and I've had it at Pick and Davy Micro Pub in Eastwood on cask. I've just drank a different beer, so I need to wet my whistle first. Oh, Jesus Christ, they dropped it. We're dropping beer. Costs too much. These days, always bugs me that these people who go to watch football matches, and when they chuck the beer above the head, I'm like, you've just paid £6 for that, you wazhook. And then everyone's getting covered in beer, and it's like, you're going to stink later. All because you're watching football. Calm yourself down. Drink your beer, cheer, get back to your drink. Okay? I've had people say to me, you're tight. I'm not flipping tight. I'm just prudent. Yeah? I can't chuck £6 away for nothing. Yeah? But the people that say that to me are people in a lot more jobs that get a lot more pay than I do, and then call me tight. And the same people, and yes, Keith, if you're watching, the same people that would come round my house, drink my wine, and not Keith Thisson, but certainly my other mate, Graham, well, ex-mate, and I've not seen him for years, so I'll class him as an ex-mate. But we go around there, make sure you bring a bottle of wine with you. And I'm like, you've come around my house about 10 times. Drink my wine. Do I ever say that? And, people with money have money because they don't go spending it. And they're very careful, should we say. There is a word I'm thinking of. Tight is that word. They get people to bring beer to them, but when they go out, they don't. And it's funny. It is funny. I'm sure we've all got friends like that, who you may or may not be like me was, where I had a load of wine. I didn't care. They'd come around. We'd go through 3 or 4 bottles of wine between us. Not the most expensive wine in the world. I won't give them the most expensive, Jesus Christ. But and then you go around to them, make sure you bring a bottle around me. Yeah? Okay. And I would anyway, because that's the person I am. Got to the stage where I was taking homebrew wine around, because I think, yeah, I know what your game is. But the homebrew was a Barola, you know, not some nasty wine that cost about 20 quid to make. Well, to be fair, a lot of the cheaper wines these days are as good as the expensive ones anyway. But this was a fine wine made via homebrew methods. So, still want to get to Thornbridge tap room at some stage. Can't see it being this year now, simply because, you know, so many plans going into the year. Like most people, you know, Christmas is coming up, and some of us have to really tighten our laces. And yeah, I ain't got laces on. I'm wearing them. So yeah, as tight as you can get. Ain't got no laces to tighten up. Job's good. But yeah. So yeah, it is sad, the demise of Kelham Island Brewery, and it says a living beer since 1990. So I presume that Kelham Island, that was when they came out. But did they? Because Thornbridge have been out since before that. I'm sure they have. So I'm not sure about that, to be honest. Yeah, as we know, it's brewed at Thornbridge these days. Brewed and bottled at Thornbridge. Yeah. I'm not sure how old Kelham Island Brewery actually is. I've got a friend in the Nottingham beer community who actually worked at Kelham Island. And now he's a head brewer of a local brewery that also are going through a few tough times at the moment, losing staff. But cracking beer nonetheless. If you can get the chance to get it on cask, wow. Gotta be honest, cask is king. As it is with all the best beers. Not all beers. I've tasted some on cask from some breweries, and the bottle's better, which is bad, because the bottle should not be better than the cask. And that was a brewery that won second best beer in the country. So, yeah. Just goes to show you. Getting like a rice flavour from this now. So, gotta be honest, absolutely, it's the spot that does 5.2%. I don't know what it is. I think my tolerance level for beer is coming down. I don't think I can drink as much as I used to be able to. That's probably a good thing, because it means that I can get drunk faster. And yeah, I'm not spending so much on beer. I'm drunk right now. Interesting. Very interesting. But yeah. So, you know, really pleased that Thornbridge brought back the brand. There was quite the hoo-ha last year about it. And in essence, all that's happened is that Thornbridge are making it and bottling it now. So maybe they had to buy the actual name of the brewery. I don't, maybe that's something that had to happen. Copyrights and stuff. Because it was quite a big thing in the media. But when you look at it, the brewery closed, the brewery sold all their equipment, in essence, the brewery does not exist. So does the person who owned the brewery hold some sort of copyright trademark? I assume they do. Only assume, obviously. I don't know. Not party to that, obviously. But yeah, but there was quite the media, media thing about it at the time. And yet, in essence, I think a lot of people thought that Kelham Island Brew was actually coming back, but no, it isn't. It'll be interesting in the long run if Thornbridge, being the people who are brewing the beer now, will bring back the other Kelham Island beers, or is it the fact that they're bringing back the one beer because of its status? That's interesting, it is what it is. But anyway, lovely straw to golden pour, mid-range straw to golden. Little white head, got a bit of carbonation, citrusy, certainly a malty on the nose. Certainly an easy drinking beer. For me, a good 4.3 out of 5. Thank you for watching. See you soon.